Hello, everyone. I'm Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am a door hanger painter, and so I'm here today to show you how to paint this super cute little lantern. Now, some of you may say, well, Tamara, that looks like a magnolia, but I saw this and I thought, I bet I could make that magnolia look like a poinsettia. So I'm going to try and make this magnolia look more like a poinsettia simply by painting it red and maybe adding a little bit of a different center on it. Now, I'm going to be painting this on an etched wooden blank. It's got the lines all scored and carved in the surface, so it makes it super easy to paint. You can cut your own blanks just like this if you have a jigsaw or a scroll saw. The only thing is, instead of your lines being etched in the center, you could have them drawn on in pencil using a printable template that we sell in our shop and some graphite paper. And so we're actually doing a project similar in our upcoming fall workshop. It starts tonight at 7 p.m. Central, and it's special because it's double-sided. So if you are a wreath maker or a door hanger painter, or you're just a crafter who loves learning new things, we're going to be doing a lot of fun things in this workshop. So not only is it double-sided, but you're going to be learning how to do this really cool technique inside the pumpkin. You're going to learn some hand lettering techniques. Don't be discouraged or scared by this. We are going to provide you with a printable template where you can trace out the lettering. And then we're going to step you through how to make it look more like hand lettering and not just, traced on lettering. Hey, Gina. Hi, Teresa. Hello, Vanessa. Y'all say hello as you come in. And then on this side, we're going to be doing some fun buffalo plaid. We're going to do that with baby wipes. Yes, I said baby wipes, and painter's tape. And then, of course, you get a printable template that you can trace the turkey on there. And we're going to show you how to add patterns in the wings and all kinds of fun stuff. But it's going to be over a period of 4 days. It starts tonight at 7 p.m. Central, and you can sign up for just $10. I did put the link up in the description. So if you're watching from somebody else's page besides mine right now, just use their affiliate link up in the video, up in the description. Good morning, Mary and Jeanette. Actually, it's not morning anymore, is it? It's a little afternoon here. My kids started school today for the first time, and it's the first day of school. So I have had the house to myself this morning, and I am in the best mood. Tricia says she's excited for tonight. Awesome. I'm so excited to have you coming with us. Michelle says she's excited, and she said, I will only be watching until I get my blank. So that's a great thing to think about, Michelle. If you haven't gotten your wood blank for the fall workshop yet, and you want to just watch tonight, you totally can. You don't have to participate live with us. Maybe you're busy and you work tonight. You can watch these videos on replay for up to an entire year. And if some of you may be like, well, I haven't even got time to get supplies before tonight. It's okay. You don't have to go out and get your supplies today. Tonight, you can just watch with us. We are going to have a break on Wednesday where we don't teach anything on Wednesday, and then we'll pick back up on Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday would be your chance to get caught up if you need to go grab supplies or whatever. But it does start tonight, and it's only $10 to participate. If you're crafty, you can probably cut your own wooden circle. They're 18 inches. That's the size that I'm using. And we give you the printable templates with it. So all you have to do is print those out, get some graphite paper and some paint and brushes. Now, let me just say this. A lot of you guys have been getting really hung up on the fact that you don't have the exact paint color that I do, like Canyon Orange. That one's a hard one to find in some of your stores, right? It's okay. You don't have to have the exact paint colors I'm using on this workshop or even on this little piece that I'm fixing to paint with you guys right now. You can use any colors that you have at home. Maybe you don't like the blue background. Change it up. That's totally okay. Maybe you have an orange, but it's not Canyon Orange. Use it. It's okay. We're going to show you how to paint it step by step. It's going to be super fun and easy, and you're going to be so proud of yourself when you're done. Hey, Karen. She says, I can't wait until tonight. Rosemary says it's only 10 in the morning there. Oh, you're over in sunny California. We're in Kentucky. Hello, Helen. Helen's going to participate tonight. Awesome. If you have not had a chance to sign up yet, I did put the link in the video description, but I won't take up any more of your time with my little commercial. I'm going to go ahead and get started on painting this fun piece. Let me change my screen here. There we go. So you guys can see what I'm painting. So this is a design that we put in our shop and it's originally designed to be a magnolia. But I thought this would be so fun to paint like Christmas and make this a poinsettia. What do you guys think? You think we can make it happen? Yes, Nakia, you can still register for tonight. Don't worry about that. Just click the link in the description. It'll walk you through sign up. As soon as you get done signing up, you should get an email that will give you login information. You'll log into the website. You can download the supply list and the paint color list. And then you can join the Facebook group. That's where everything's going to happen. If for some reason, I want you guys to get ready to screenshot this right now. If for some reason you cannot find your login email, if like it gets lost in the interwebs, send us an email. Screenshot that. That's our customer service email. And we will send you your login information. That way you don't miss out. We definitely need to get you in the Facebook group if you're going to participate with us. If you're just logging on, we're talking about the fall workshop. We're going to be painting a double-sided fall door hanger. How fun is that? Just $10. The link is in the video description. Okay, another thing I'm going to put up on the screen real quick before we get started. If you have questions about anything today, I would love if you texted me your questions. You can also get text notifications when I go live on my Facebook page, which is Southern Adoornments Decor. And I can answer your questions here. You can text me pictures of stuff you're working on. I love texting with you guys. It's like one of my favorite ways to communicate with you. So go ahead and screenshot that, and then I'm going to take it down in just a second. I'm looking at my comments. Yay, Nakia says she's going to sign up. Yay, yay, yay. You're going to have so much fun. Teresa, you can sign up with the link up in the description. Go click that. All right, I'm going to take that off the screen now so we can go ahead and start painting. Painting is the fun part. All right, so we're going to need like a tan color for the outside, a teal for the inside, and then we've got like our candles and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just start with the inside, which is this real fun, it's kind of like a teal blue kind of color. And so I picked this one. It's called Sea Breeze. It's almost the exact color of my egg carton. And I may actually mix in a little bit of like white with it in a couple places to kind of make it look not so flat. So you're just going to need a little flat tip brush. And everybody always asks me, what kind of brushes do you use? Guys, it don't matter what kind of brushes you use as long as they are like nylon bristles. The word that's used on the packaging a lot of times is Tacklon. Tacklon. Have you guys seen that on paintbrush packages? So get some with some Tacklon bristles and those will work great. The templates for the fall is, okay, Tammy, there is a different size for the templates. Just go download the different size. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Notice I didn't get a ton of paint on my brush. That is a big problem I also see people doing, is they get way too much paint on their bristles, and then it's like all gunked up in here, and then their brushes become real stiff, and they can't wash them out, and the problem just gets worse and worse. And this is some really thick paint for some reason. I don't know if it just hadn't been used in a while. So I'm going to get some water on my brush and thin it out a little bit. But you just don't want to get the paint all up in those bristles. It can make controlling the paint really difficult. So little things like this are going to help you so much when you're learning how to paint. Because how many of you guys, by show of hands in the comments, or yes, that's me, how many of you guys feel like you would never be able to paint because maybe you're afraid, or you think you have grown up with this belief that painting is a talent that some people have and some people don't? How many of you guys believe that? Because that's what I used to think for the longest time. Growing up, I actually had a great grandmother who was a painter. And I thought she was I thought she was like the Bob Ross. I thought she was just so amazingly talented. And I thought there is no way I would ever be able to paint like her, because she must have been born with this magical talent that she can just do that. And everybody's saying, yeah, that's me. Amy says, sounds like me. And Pamela says, yep, that's what I believe. Well, I'm about to bust your beliefs up. We're not going to believe that anymore, because you know what? That used to be me. But look at me now. I'm now teaching thousands of people every month how to do this. In our membership, the Painters Clubhouse, I teach women how to do this every month. And what I didn't know at the time is my great grandmother, she wasn't born with this talent either. You know what I found out years later? That woman went back to college after retiring from being a one-room schoolhouse teacher, After retiring, she went back to college and took art classes. She didn't learn to become a teacher until she was in college. Or no, sorry, until she was retired and she went back to college. That's what I'm trying to say. If I had known that back then, I think my whole perception of what's possible would have been completely different. Look, I just picked up a little tiny bit of white, and we're just going to shade that in a little bit. Just kind of dab it in. And it's okay. Look, I'm getting all outside the lines. I'm getting it on the flower. I'm not worried about it. It's okay. We're going to cover that up with something else later. But the thing is like, if I had realized that, you know, she was a great artist like she was because she continued learning and she went back to school and taught herself this, imagine the things that like I could have learned sooner. I taught myself how to paint just by looking at photos online and playing with paint and brushes just because it was an interest. But I didn't have a teacher. Teresa says, I just don't have the patience. I don't know if patience is really required. Maybe patience in yourself, but that's really something that's required to learn anything new is you have to have patience with yourself to get past all the stumbling, because even like a newborn, when they're learning how to walk, they go through all the struggles of falling down and having to learn how to get back up over and over again and learning, you know, to balance and all that stuff. It's the same with learning how to paint. You have to, even though you have problems and you get frustrated, you have to just keep trying and like figure out how to metaphorically get back up and try it again. Let's see. Piper Pepper. I love that name. She said, I've been painting for 20 years now with acrylic paint. Awesome. You've been painting way longer than I have. Veronica just signed up for our workshop. Awesome. I'm so excited to paint this one with you, Veronica. Look how cute it is. I don't know which side is my favorite. Is your favorite the pumpkin or the turkey? Kim says, knowledge and practice brings patience. That sounds like a proverb, like a Chinese proverb. Elizabeth said it well. Anyone can paint, but not everyone has the patience for it. I feel like the desire is a key component too. Julie says, I did not believe I could paint door hangers or anything of the like until I found Tamara. No joke. You have to trust the process. So I feel like the desire for it is a key component, because if you don't desire to do it, then you're not going to have the patience for it. All right. I'm starting with this color called Burlap, and we're going to do a base coat on our little lantern with that. And then we'll shade in some darker colors. But you know, it just like with learning to walk, why does a baby learn to walk? Because they have a desire to get from point A to point B. Like they want to get in the cookie jar or go see what's in mama's craft basket or something like that. And so a lot of times babies become mobile because their curiosity and their desire to get from point A to point B makes them keep getting up and keep trying. So if you have a desire to learn to paint, to craft, to make beautiful things, to be able to just like expand your creativity, like this 2 days ago was a big 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood at Lowe's. That's all it was. And so thanks to my creative brain and the fact that I have a laser cutting machine, because that's what I cut this with, and the fact that I'm willing to just sit down and try things, it makes all things possible. Like the fact that I can paint and craft and make whatever I want, whenever I want, that's what fuels my fire. That's where the desire comes from. And as crafters, I feel like we have this innate desire to just create things. Anne says, I just throw them away. No, Anne, please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that. I can help you, Anne. I promise. I never want people to leave my paint parties or leave my classes feeling so frustrated that they're going to just throw it away. That is never what I want to happen. So if you ever feel like that, please just text me a picture of your project and be like, I'm so embarrassed by this, because you probably are, but that's okay. You can be embarrassed by it and say, but help, what should I have done differently, or what can I do to fix this? But 99% of the time, you don't have to throw it away. You can just tweak one little thing, and a lot of times it will make a huge difference in the way you feel about your project. All right, so we've got our little lantern painted with burlap. I can still kind of see the wood grain through it, so we're not done. Tanika says, I can't choose, but if you made me, it would be the turkey. I saw somebody else saying the pumpkin. Dorothy says, use a blow dryer. Well, guess what? I got one. Only this is like a craft hair dryer. It's made for crafts. It's more like a heat tool. I got it the other day because somebody told me about it and they said it's whisper quiet. So I can actually use it on a live and still talk. Isn't that cool? Oh, but I'm not supposed to hold it too close. Debbie says I have trouble with shading. I have a hard time figuring out where to shade and what color to use. Debbie, that's where you just keep playing around with it, because shading was really difficult for me for a long time. And I still feel like sometimes I get it wrong, but most of the time I'm pretty happy with things. But you don't have to shade anything in order to make a cute door hanger. For years, I painted door hangers and never did any shading. So it's definitely not a requirement. But if it is something that you feel like you want your door hangers to have, then definitely start practicing it. Start adding it in little places so that you can kind of grow that skill. All right, I'm going to do a second coat of this burlap. And while it's still wet, I'm going to dip my brush in this darker color called Pebble. And I'm going to see if I can add just a little bit of shading to like the edge here. You kind of have to like just keep brushing over it until you get it the lighter consistency that you want. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do a little bit down the side here on this side. So I'm going to pretend like my light source is coming from up here. So that may be one of the problems you were having, Debbie, is you have to choose where your light source is coming in at before you can really do any shading. So if my light source is over here, then the things that are going to be shaded are going to be on this side of the project. So you can just, and the trick is to, while it's still wet, to add that darker color in and to just keep brushing over it until you get it as light as you want. All right, I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the original color to soften this right here. I'm thinking this would be a really cute wreath attachment. Do any of you guys make wreaths? I know some of you are watching from Damon's page. This would make a super cute little wreath attachment. Tanika just said she's going to paint them as wreath attachments. Where did I get that heat gun? Shannon, it's from Amazon. Anne wants to know more about the classes. So, Anne, tonight we're teaching this one. It's $10 to sign up. You will have to go get your own wooden blank. It's an 18-inch circle. They have those at like Lowe's, Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, or you can get one from us. You just have to wait for it to ship to you. But you could watch live tonight and then paint on your own time. But we're going to hand you everything else you need as far as like the printable template and all that. You just need paint brushes and paint and painter's tape. We have a whole supply list. But yes, you guys are popping there's the link to the heat gun in the comments. Yes, it is perfect for wreaths. It's called a heat craft tool. Yes, exactly. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Oh, Anne asked about the classes. So every month I have a membership called the Painters Clubhouse, and we teach 2 designs each month. And then we also teach different techniques and things. So that group is actually opening up August 23rd for 3 days. You'll have an opportunity to join. So if you end up signing up for this workshop tonight, you will get invited to join that early, but you don't have to. If you want to, wait and see how it goes, because I know how it is when it's something new, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this happen. And so if you feel that way and you want to go ahead and just participate in the workshop first, at the end of the workshop, you'll be invited again. So don't worry about it. Oh, this paint needs shaking up. Hold on. Michaela said she is how I learned to make bows. Oh, from Kali. Kali is so smart. What I already answered that one. Thank you, Janie. Okay, this is called Light Buttermilk, and it's going to be the color of our candle. So let me get a smaller flat tip brush here. This one's a little bit smaller. Get a little bit of that light buttermilk color, and we're just going to start adding it to the candle. See, this is why it doesn't matter if you got outside the lines, because when you go to paint in these other areas, you can just cover up where you got outside the lines. The paint covers it. I like to say a lot of times, it's just paint, y'all. It's just paint. If you make a mistake, you can just paint over it. How much are the classes? So the workshop that we're doing tonight is $10. If you decide you want to join monthly and learn how to paint every month with us, it's $47. And of course, you get access to probably over 100 tutorials for different designs that we've done over the last 3 years, plus technique videos and stuff that will kind of help you if you're struggling with like hand lettering or bow making or any of that stuff. We have different videos in the membership for all of that. And so, and you also get access to a private Facebook group for the Painters Clubhouse. You get a 20% discount code to use in our shop. That way, you know, if you're not comfortable cutting your own wooden blanks yet, you can start by getting a few from us. And until you're comfortable cutting your own, you can just buy those at 20% off. I'm adding in a little bit of this burlap color on the right side of my candle because I wanted to shade it just a little bit. It's kind of disappearing on me a little quick though. I keep having to add more. All right, I'm going to turn this sideways so I can do this like I want it to. That's looking pretty good. Notice I just went right over the edge of that leaf because I'm going to paint over it later, so it's okay. So I added just a little bit of a shadow on that side of the candle. Hey, Yvette, I am having a great day. How are you? Susan says, is Painters Clubhouse a one-time payment? It's a monthly cost, Susan, because it's an ongoing monthly membership. We give you 2 new designs every month, and we're constantly adding new things. So every month, it would come out on the same day of each month. Do you always start out with a dry brush? Not always. I would say half the time. I don't really think about it. I probably shouldn't. I probably should dampen my brush. Can I buy the blank for the lantern? Absolutely, Debbie. I did put the link for that in the description also. So if you want to go get it, this one's the 12-inch size. Well, actually, this may be a little smaller than 12-inch. I cut this on my own laser. So this is not one exactly from our shop, but you can get them in 4 different sizes. So this is probably closest to a 12-inch size. Lanterns are one of your favorite items to decorate. Debbie, I'm intimidated by decorating with actual lanterns. I don't know why, but it does intimidate me a bit. I guess I'm just not always sure like where to place things in or around the lantern. I'm not very good with home decor. All right, I'm picking a smaller brush here because this is the little bitty flat tip brush. And I just need a little bit of this canyon orange color. And we're going to paint in the flame on our candle. The center part of the flame is actually like yellow, but we're just going to go ahead and paint the whole thing orange to kind of give it a base coat. What time is the workshop? It is at 7 p.m. Central tonight, and then it will be 7 tomorrow night, Thursday night, and Friday night. So it's 4 nights in a row. Or not in a row. You'll have a break on Wednesday. Hey, Rita. I purchased the class for tonight. Is that where the 20% coupon is? No, that is inside the Painters. Well, I started a point here. This is the workshop. That's inside the monthly membership, the Painters Clubhouse. So you'll need to log in there if you ended up joining Painters Clubhouse and get your coupon there. Okay, the color inside this, actually, hang on, this needs another coat. You can tell it needs another coat when you can see like too much of the texture of the wood underneath, or like the color just doesn't look even. Sometimes it just needs a quick second coat. Hello, Deanna from Texas. Amy says she just signed up for the workshop. Awesome. If you guys have questions about the workshop that maybe I didn't get answered, feel free to text me your questions. I'll be happy to help you there. This phone number also signs you up for notifications. So I'm going to notify you when I go live on my page, Southern Adoornments Decor, and you can watch me paint more often over there. Leslie says she loves this. Yay, thank you. Gina says she doesn't have the link for the group tonight. So if you have problems finding like your email or your link or where to go to sign up, you can email support at that email right there on the screen, and they'll send you your login information and the link to the group and stuff like that. So just send them an email and they can get you hooked up. this color. So we used Canyon Orange for the flame, and then this is called Marigold. It's a real pretty mustard yellow, and I'm putting that in the center of the flame. And then I'm going to dry it one more time, and then in the very center, we're going to go with a slightly lighter color of yellow. Yeah, this dryer is quiet, isn't it, Donna? This is a new one that I got. I actually shared it last, I think, Friday in my Friday Fab 5. Every Friday I do a live on my page and I share 5 of my favorite things. And this was one of the things that somebody else had shared with me. And hang on, I got to focus here. I need a drop of yellow and a little bit of white because I'm going to make a lighter color. But anyways, this was an item somebody shared with me, and they told me how light or how quiet it was. And so I immediately went and bought one because my other hairdryer that I used to use was so loud. There we go. So I just added a slightly lighter color right in the middle of the flame. Where do you get your brushes? All over the place, Billy. So some of them are in my shop. Some of them are from Hobby Lobby. Some are from Murals and More by Jamie Connor. Those are the pretty glittered brushes that I have. This one's from the Hobby Lobby. It looks like a mermaid tail. I have a whole collection because, like, my husband will buy them for me for anniversary or not anniversary, Christmas or something like that. And so I have a random collection of brushes. Okay, I am getting, let me see, where's that flat tip brush I used a moment ago? This one will probably be good. We're going to paint the leaves first because they're going to be behind the poinsettia. So this is a leaf right here. And this color is called Hauser Dark Green. It's a real nice dark Christmas green. It's the same green that we used on the little ceramic Christmas trucks that we were painting the other night. If you watch this on Facebook Live, we painted some little ceramic ornaments that were Christmas ornaments. They were like little tree. I can't talk right now. Slow down. They were trucks with trees in the back for Christmas. Janet likes the lantern. Awesome. Doreen, don't worry about it being too thick. It probably will be a little heavier than most normal door hangers, but I think it will work out okay. And if you're worried about it like banging against your door or something like that, you can actually put on the back side of the wood some of those little felt sticky things that you put like on the bottom of a chair, you know, to make the chair slide on the floor and not scratch the floor. You could put some of those on the back so that it won't like bump against your door loudly. It'll kind of dampen the sound a little bit. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. So we're just painting the leaves right now of our, this is supposed to be a magnolia, like I said, but I'm painting it as a poinsettia instead. And I'm hoping it turns out beautifully. I want it to look like a Christmas lantern. I'm going to have to take these glasses off for a minute. I think they may be giving me a headache. I haven't worn them in quite a while. And I put them on to go live because I used to do that all the time when I couldn't see the comments very well. And all of a sudden I'm getting a massive headache. And I think it has to be those glasses because that's the only thing that would have caused it all of a sudden. You bought the template for the lantern. You can't wait to paint it. I want to see what you paint it like, Stephanie. Send me a picture when you get it done. Hey, Corey. He said, I feel like since the kids are not there to be loud, then I should make it a point to stop by on my way to work every day and bug you. You can if you want to. I might put you to work. Corey was on a Facebook Live with me Saturday night. He was here at our house eating dinner. So he and I came in the craft room and painted those little ceramic trucks I was telling you about. All right, we're going to put a quick second coat on these little leaves. And then I might add a lighter green to kind of brighten them up a little bit because they are a little dark, to give some contrast. Either that or I might could just pick up, instead of getting a second color, let me see what it looks like to pick up a little bit of this marigold, which is the mustard, and see if I can add in some. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. While the paint is still wet, streak some of this marigold on top and it'll add a little bit of a contrast. See what you get when you play around. Just playing around, adding a little bit of this yellow made these leaves look so cool. You never know. Don't be afraid to try things like that. As Bob would say, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. And this was kind of one of those. Happy accident. Let me get a little bit more of that yellow. Melinda, you enjoyed the live with Corey? I think he enjoyed it. When we got off, he was like, that was fun. Watch him get addicted to doing Facebook Lives, and he'll be showing up here all the time wanting to go live with me. He said he didn't get embarrassed when I talked about how single he was, but he did. Okay, here's a close-up because I know that was hard to see. Look when I added a little bit of that marigold yellow, how it gave the leaves a different look. And really, to me, it looks better in person. Oh, here we go. You can kind of see better right there. They actually look like they have a shape to them now. Okay, let's paint our magnolia, which is going to be a poinsettia, actually. This is primary red. Barbara is painting her chimney Santa right now. That is one of the designs we released a few weeks ago. So I'm not the only one in a Christmas painting mood. Where did you get your wood candle and magnolia pieces? Diane, they're at shopdoorhangers.com. I did put the link in the description, so you can go and grab them there. Any other questions? So some of you guys, if you're just hopping on, may not have heard me say, but this design right here, we're going to be painting live tonight at 7 p.m. Central inside a private Facebook group. It's called the Fall Double-Sided Door Hanger Workshop. So if that's something you'd be interested in doing with us, go out and grab yourself a 18-inch wooden round from like Hobby Lobby, Lowe's, Home Depot, someplace like that. Or you can order one from us and just watch tonight. But you can sign up for just $10 and come paint with us. Did your mom's friend loved the notepad you fixed for her classroom? Yes, she did. She loved it. How do you get your door hangers to stay on the door? The wind blows mine off. I've tried twine and wire and they're light and the wind blows them off. Good question. Does anybody have any tips for Hope? Mine is behind a storm door, so I've never had that trouble. My mother, however, has added to keep hers from bumping against the door and moving at all. She likes for it to stay still. She has put sticky tack on the back. You know, like that little, it's almost like a putty kind of stuff. And she puts that on the back to keep them from moving around. I don't know if that would keep it from completely blowing off, but it might secure it a little bit. Maybe even command strips. I don't know. Use a command strip at the bottom. That's a good idea. Do you have to sign up for the private group? No, you don't have to, April. That's just an option. If you choose to, you can. Do not have to. So these magnolia petals are more curvy than a poinsettia. So I'm hoping that, like, even though we paint it red, that it'll still kind of, like, you'll get a vibe of a poinsettia, even though it may not be anatomically correct for a poinsettia. Who knows? There could be a different, what do you call it? Like a variation? I don't know what they call it when they have different types of trees and flowers and plants that are kind of like a subspecies of something. But there could be a poinsettia out there that has more curved leaves like a magnolia. So I'm just base coating all of this with this primary red color. And then I'm going to go back and add a darker red for some shading. So we've got our base coat on there. Let me see if this red's dark enough. This is called tomato red. Put magnets for weight. Bonnie says zip ties. Pauline, this is primary red. And I'm getting ready to use a little, I'm going to try this tomato red and see if it's dark enough to add some shading. Could you add a black wick at the base of your candle frame? Maybe a dot of red for the hot spot? Oh, like right here? Perhaps. Could you design the lantern with the poinsettia? I didn't design this one. Someone on my design team actually did this one. I have okay, this is not gonna be dark enough. I have a group of 4 women, including myself, who design stuff every month. And so somebody else created this one. All right, so I don't have, oh wait, yeah, I do. What is this one? This is a deep burgundy. It may be too dark, but we'll try it. I'm running out of holes in my egg carton, so I've started putting colors in here together that I don't need much of. So this is a burgundy. Let's see what this does when we add a little bit of it. Ooh, I like that. It may be very subtle to you guys. Let me make this bigger. Maybe you can see closer. So you can see a little bit that, like in the curves of the petals. I'm adding a little bit of that. Just a little contrast. Let's see. Let me do a little bit along the edge of this petal also. My chair is squeaky. Drives me bananas. I need to get out and go shopping for a new chair. This one also makes me hot because it has like a leather back on it, and so the leather part makes me get real hot when I'm going live in front of all these lights. Okay, that really helped. Look at that. That's pretty. Debbie says it reminds me of a red amaryllis bulbs that people have at Christmas. Ooh. Okay. I'm also going to try something else. I'm going to get this little liner brush, get a little bit of that dark red, and I'm going to see, because like, you know how poinsettias have like that line going up the middle of the petals and like little veins, kind of. So I'm going to add those in and see if that kind of makes it look a little bit more poinsettia-ish. It devils in the details. A lot of times it's these little bitty things like this that kind of make something look special. What do you think? Is it helping? Is it looking more like a poinsettia? Okay, see? Michelle says, I love it. Thank you. Debbie says it looks great. Okay, in this, we don't have this part, even though that looks kind of like it's supposed to be that color. This, ooh, part of the center of that popped out. Oh, that's kind of weird. I bet because I used a scrap piece of wood, see, I'd already started to cut something out of this. The center is trying to come out of it. I may have to repair that with a little bit of wood filler. Go figure that happens on live. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start painting it yellow so you get an idea of what the center is supposed to look like. But I'm not going to be able to complete it on today's live because I will have to go back with some wood filler and fix that. But the color is of like the center of a poinsettia is kind of like this mustardy color. So I'm just going to kind of dab some of that on there. And I'll have to just patch that spot in the middle later. See how the wood came out of the middle? Isn't that crazy? Okay, we just need to add our finishing details. I'm going to get a paint pen for this. Shake it up real good. Thank you, Kathy. Are you guys enjoying this? For those of you who are used to seeing wreath making or canvas painting or something else on this page, if you're watching, because some of you guys are watching from different pages, hopefully you're enjoying this instead. So this just kind of makes it look a little bit, it's like a whimsical way of making it look like glass, adding like a little accent in the background. We can also add little highlights kind of across here. I like to add a little bit of whimsy. This may not be everybody's style. Some of you may be like, that's not what I would do, but it's just the way I always add a little bit of highlight or something to my pieces. Let me add a little bit to this leaf and that leaf. Maybe a little bit to the center of that flame. And I may get the skinniest black paint pen and add a few more details. Thank you, Rolana. Michelle said it's great when those little things happen so we can learn how to fix it. I would fix this live, but I don't have any wood filler in here with me, and I'm going to have to go search for it. I wish I had it handy because I don't even know where it is. But that would be a great teaching lesson. Okay, I'm just using a skinny, this is a 3mm paint pen. I'm just using it to add some little accent lines. To kind of tidy everything up. I have a hard time doing a straight line unless I rotate it and I pull the pen toward me. If you have a hard time with getting straight lines or if your hand shakes a lot, try rotating your piece so that you're pulling the pen towards you. I'm going to add a little bit on our candle also. This wasn't on the example, but this is kind of my style. I like to add the little black lines to make everything look finished. To me, it just makes it look finished. A little bit of whimsy. Add a little bit to our leaves. Or not, yeah, not leaves, petals. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, look at the flowers now. Now that we added a little bit of black and stuff like that to them, makes everything kind of pop. Could you record fixing it later? Yes, I will, for sure. What does the $47 a month cover? It covers getting 2 designs every month that we're going to teach you. It covers the videos that we're going to teach you how to paint those. You get different techniques, so like bonus techniques each month. Not to mention you get access to workshops like this for free. You have access to the community. You have access to the website where we have our membership hub that has dozens upon dozens of tutorials and videos and templates and things like that that you can use to create more door hangers for yourself. Jasmine said, I just joined the workshop. Awesome. Welcome, Jasmine. Let's see. I understand, Anne. She said, I'm on disability. I have to use my money very carefully. I understand. I definitely would not want you to sign up frivolously and like throw your money around. I will say, if you decide to make one of these with us and sign up, seeing this is a double-sided door hanger, you could easily sell this for $40, $50, maybe even $80, because I saw some double-sided or reversible door hangers on Etsy going for as much as $85. So depending on, you know, how, if you already have like a craft business or whatnot, you could definitely sell these. You can give them as gifts. It's a great way to make painting like this affordable. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't signed up yet for the workshop, I did put the link up above. It was fun painting this little magnolia turned poinsettia lantern with you guys. So if you like this and you want to paint your own, there is a link in the description for you to go get the wooden piece or the printable template if you like cutting your own pieces of wood. And what else was I going to say? I don't know. I think that's it. If you enjoyed this, definitely send me a text so you can be notified next time I go live. And I go live on my page every day lately. I've been going live for 30 days straight. I'm doing a 30-day Facebook Live challenge for myself. So I think right now I'm on day 21 or something. And so come join me over there. It's a lot of fun. We'll paint together. You're welcome, Lynn. Regina says, my first live, so exciting. Do you, since I'm from Ohio, do we need anything from your actual shop? No, you can purchase all you need is the $10 workshop sign up, and then you can get everything else at a local craft store or whatnot if you want to. You don't have to get any of it from us. All right, I will see you guys again next time. Bye, y'all.